pick on the team, but not really. We're going to look at kind of equal opportunity positions where we have opportunity for offense and defense and countering. So this class is going to be centered around Kimura. So we're going to start off on the feet where if I have an outside, head to the outside single, which I don't always recommend, but if you do have it high, your partner is going to look to go there. Boom, we're going to grab Kimura here, and we're going to end up in this position. So for here, my partner's going to let go, and they're going to do an uppercut motion where they drive through and they take back exposure. So it's going to be kind of funky. I'll switch it up. So boom, you grab Kimura. Kimura. Other Kimura. Other side. Here, coming through. Partner's going to uppercut here and come through. So Justin's going to go on me. So all right, Vikram. It's rough. It's rough being the UK out here. So, boom, you just go head outside single. Boom. So here, my partner's going to take the back off this, and if Vikram's going on me, and I'm looking to 1, 2. Sorry, I'm gonna go. Boom. So here you go more. So here, all right. What I was trying to do, we're gonna uppercut on the backside, and we're gonna look to expose the elbow. So if Vikram controls the elbow line, he's gonna rip Kimura here. But if I have the ability, I'm gonna be coming out from the back, chest to back, circling behind. So whoever controls the elbow line is essentially gonna control the back exposure there. So one more time, 1, 2. Vikram grabs Kimura. I'm popping my head outside, and I'm doing like an uppercut, like I would be if I was striking, kind of driving to the sky. From there, I glue my ear to the lap, and I look to take the back. So we're gonna play with that concept for the feet, and then we're gonna bring it to the grounds. Any questions? Awesome. 1, 2, 3.
What do you have to say for yourself?
Ways to counter it, concepts, ways to use it, just everything. So by the end of the class, it's like, elbow line, I know what he's talking about. Flipping Kimuras, you might know what I'm talking about. So we're going to start off, we're going to be in half guard, just a fairly common scenario. It is going to be important that one thing happens and we're attempting to do this. So let's just say for whatever reason, Vikram, we're going, he decides to feed me a Kimura. I attach myself and I get my grip. From here, one thing I want you guys to do is you're gonna clear, just use a shrimping motion to clear your hips out as you lock this in. What you're attempting to do is a motion where you roll and start coming towards the back. Don't worry, I want you to do that. But from here, my partner, as I look to lock in my Kimura, they're gonna hit an uppercut motion. And then, yeah, exactly. So now they're controlling the elbow line here, essentially placing me almost in a Kimura. From here, Vikram's gonna step over my head. He's gonna collect my arm. He's gonna put me in his attack like so. Not that I would do this, but I think it's a good practice, especially when we're in escape month, just to practice the defensive mechanics. Let's place our arm right into the hip, the opposite hip that they would break from, and then start running your hips, coming out, and then shaking it out just to get that rep on the hitchhiker. It's a good practice. It's one of those things that you need thousands and thousands of reps on to build that belief that you can actually pull off a hitchhiker. When you first see it, especially, one of those older jiu-jitsu guys where you're coming in, you're like, I'm not gonna break my arm, I'm just gonna tap, it's ridiculous. But after thousands and thousands of reps, there might be one time where your partner has maybe not the best arm bar, you're against someone, a little bit less experience, and you pull it off. So it's getting those repetitions in during the practice that really make the difference. So one more time, or a couple. whatever you guys need. We're here, my partner, I'm perpendicular, they bait that Kimura. So one thing I want you guys to do is clear your legs. It's gonna get a little sloppy if you're still in the half guard here. So just do a little shrimping motion out like you're attempting to do a back take from Kimura. Vikram goes on his uppercut motion, he steps over my head, he goes in like so. From there I place it in the hip, walk, 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 get up, and I shake it off. One more time. I get my grip. I get to Kimura. I shrimp 1. Vikram hits uppercut 2. He steps over 3. I place in the hip. I walk and I throw. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna look at flipping the Kimura. I'm making you guys an entry from side control to play with. Dead man's pose. Perfect. All right. And here we're gonna be doing a similar entry. We kind of did an arm bar, or a crowbar grip. We're coming here. Step over, deep pose, then we're coming in to our arm attacks. We're just gonna go into Kimura. So what I'm gonna look to do here is I'm gonna get a crane grip. So a lot of times when I'm working here in side control, I keep this, I go to a crowbar, and I go into a crane. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to create downward pressures towards the rib cage. So I want a good frame with my elbow coming in like so. The second I can step over, I'm gonna switch, I'm gonna fall to the side like so, coming into my T Kimura. From here, Vikram's gonna look to clear his elbow line, and he's gonna walk, 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 and then he's gonna flip and be in the same Kimura position. So this is a drill, not super practical always, but it's a nice drill to start off from. We're working from T Kimura. We grab a wrist, we walk, 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 and now I'm mirroring your T Kimura. You grab your wrist, walk, 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 and you guys can flip it back and forth. So, nice little drill to really get the concept of clearing your elbow to the inside and really dominating that space where you can control the Kimura. So now from the top, we're working from side. I'm trying to get spinal misalignment. You can go chin, you can go crane. I like to make them look the other way, and then I place this in. So I'm leaning to the side, pushing them away. Occasionally, I'll go on a face. Crane's a great point of leverage. I step, and then I get my hand, my crane grip, in between, and I fall right on my hip. From there, I snag up my Kimura, and my partner goes on the drill. Just go back and forth a couple times. You guys got it? Let's do it again. Coming in, side control, we have an underhook. We take a crowbar grip. Here, drive it into the ribs. Crane grip on their head, driving like so. I step over, I fall to my hip, I slide it through. I get to my T Kimura. My partner looks to clear their elbow and grab my wrist, coming in to their own T Kimura. I do the same thing. I find my thumb in the wrist, I clear my elbow down, and I flip the Kimura. All right, 1, 2, 3. Last, we're going to be in half guard here. We're going to go to negative. So our last technique, we're going to be in a situation. Generally, this comes up a lot when I'm rolling with people who have the reaction of just like bridging and rolling over. Tends to happen more with bigger guys, where you'll be in side control or you'll be in half guard, and they'll bridge and you'll get rolled over. So we're going to be in a negative position, which essentially is where we switch our hips over and we're covering like so. So occasionally in these scenarios, we get bridged over where a partner bridges. I'm going to block. My partner's going to scissor and they're going to pull this leg back. When this happens, come all the way up. I'm going to block 1, 2, and I'm going to place this in. I'm going to place this into the stomach. Make sure as a partner, you don't have this loose where you can just rip it behind the back. They're going to keep this strong. You're just going to place it in, push it. You're going to look over your left shoulder and you're going to hit Sumigashi. So I look over, I have a butterfly hook, I roll them over like so. Now from here, I'm just gonna flip the Kimura really quick. That's not part of the move, but we're gonna be in this position, and let's just say Vikram's controlling my elbow line, and it makes it difficult to flip, like I'm not gonna be able to flip the Kimura. So when this happens, I have to address the grip. So what I do is I grab the wrist, I pull pinky down, and then I climb up. So I grip break 1, grab the tricep 2, and then I bridge and I turn in. A lot of times I immediately look for finger 4s, darces on the neck, but occasionally I just end up in a neutral position. So it's a good practice to immediately go into your offensive cycles. So I'll show that a couple times. I'm negative, I'm facing my partner's hips, like so. From here, I'm pulling, they're bridging into me, I'm blocking, pause here. So as they come up, they're going to scissor, where this leg comes back, and they build up to their base. From there, I pull that in. So I'm blocking, ideally here, sorry, go to your side. So as Vikram's coming up, I'm blocking, and then I push that in. It's gonna be kind of funky in the transition. A lot of us are gonna end up with like the arm extended. It's fairly important. So when Vikram's coming, I'm blocking and I'm pushing it into the stomach. From there, I look over my left shoulder, I hit Sumigashi, and I throw him over. From there, yeah, this one, boom. Vikram addresses the grip, he reaches over, and he locks in his darce. One more time. This is a great guard pass too. Your partner screams. We're looking, I'm just driving in. I'm doing that same type of motion. Occasionally, when I end up here, I get bridged, but I just let them come to your tracks. I place this into the stomach. And on your Sumigashi, we're just using a butterfly hook. We're looking over the same side shoulder. We're pushing with the wrist, and then we're elevating. Make sure you use the mat as an ally. So I'm using the mat to push off of. If I like hover my foot in the air, I'm not going to have as much power. From there, Vikram looks to clear the wrist. He immediately goes into his offense and gets a darce. All right, let's give it a try. 1, 2, 3.